Okay, guys, so welcome. So, we're going to do grade 10 mathematical literacy. We're going to do the first chapter, which is chapter 1. Okay, so the topic is number and calculations with numbers. So, the first section, number formats and convention, the thousands, separators, number conventions, and go. So literally these are the basic skills that you have to know while doing mathematical literacies: rounding off, numbers, ratios, proportions, rate, and percentage. So let's go to the first section, number formats and conventions. The thousand separators. Now, in large numbers, we use spaces to separate thousands. We use, for example, we have a 2,876,950 is 2,876,950. Okay. In most overseas countries, commas are used to separate thousands. So in USA, the number will be written as like this. So now, large numbers that you need to include: 100,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000. So some of you may have heard of 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. So numbers are a lot. Numbers don't finish, so I'm sure that's why they ended on 1,000,000,000. So the number conventions and decimals. A decimal comma indicates that a number includes a whole part and a part of a whole. So if it's 25 rand, 96, which means that 25 rands and 96 parts of a rand. So if there are 96 parts of the rand, as we may refer it as what? Cents. We may refer at it as what? As cents. So it may be 25 rand and 95 what? Cents. So in South Africa, very important, in South Africa we use the decimal comma 0,95 while on your calculator, and in most overseas countries the decimal point is used. So now in South Africa, if we have, for example, 1,01 in South Africa, we use this what? In South Africa we use this, let me change a color. We use this comma in South Africa to separate a number, while others sees, if it will be 1 comma like a dot, 1,01, 1,01. That means they use a what? A dot. They use a dot as their comma to separate their numbers. So okay, let's continue. We read numbers that occur after a comma, so as they occur. So that means, if we have 0,95. Yeah, if we have 0,95, we may not call it as 0,95 or like as it were calling it as a whole number. That's what they're trying to say. That's why we say it's a what? 0,95. So continuing, different number conventions. Ish. Sorry, pressed by mistake. Different number conventions. Okay, different number conventions. Yeah, okay. So different contexts sometimes have different rules. Okay, for example, e.g. in cricket, 2,4 does not mean 2 and 0,4, but says 2 overs and 4 balls. In cricket, 1554 does not mean the building has 1554 rooms, but rather that it has room 24 on the 15th floor, so it's 1524. Okay, so negative and positive numbers as indirect indicators. Negative and positive numbers are used to indicate a direction away from zero. Negative numbers are less than zero, while positive numbers are more than zero. Okay, so now when we come here to these negatives and positives, they're literally trying to tell us that, let me just draw a small number line here. Okay, so here we have what? 0. Ne? Let me okay, so we have 0 here. So when we have 0, the numbers that are going to the left hand side of 0 are negative. Negative is like a dash or a minus. Some call it a minus, but it's a negative. Numbers that are on the left hand side of what? Of 0. And numbers that are on the right hand side of 0, that go this side of 0, are what? Are positive. That's how you may know them. So now here it says these numbers mean